Okay. Well, welcome, first of all. I know we got started on this game a really long time ago, and then we just got distracted by Dungeons and Dragons. But this is Nobilis, a game of sovereign powers where there are 0 minis, 0 dice, so very little combat because it's supposed to be 100% role playing. So, with that in mind, I wish you all good luck.
Real fast, I forgot to mention this before we started. I brought a notebook to take notes. Is that necessary? I feel weird not having anything with us for this game.
I also feel weird because I have nothing to look at to describe, and I have to make all of this crap up. Yeah, if you guys want notebooks to take notes, you are more than welcome to do so. Will you need them? Maybe. I don't know. What makes you think I've planned any of this?
I'll just write my impressions, thoughts, and feelings. That's okay.
I don't even have stat blocks. I don't have a map. I don't have anything. What you guys are getting are 100% me, which is way too much me. Like I don't think you guys really want that. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So, the three of you, brand new Nobilis, brand new sovereign powers. You currently stand in a vast, white, lightly fogged area. You are aware of each other's existence, but you do not know each other. And there stands a large figure in front of you. And this large figure, when he speaks, the entire air around you seems to vibrate. And though you don't know each other, you do know that this figure is your Imperator, Toan. And he says to all three of you, welcome. It is time for your first task. You must build me a chancel, a seat of power, and a place where we all dwell.
Well, thank you, Toan. I'm so grateful that you've gave me this power over my domain. How exactly should I serve you today?
To build this chancel, you must take 100 lives in the span of 100 nights. A sacrifice of life, power, and virtue to me. And with this power, we can build and strengthen our chancel. I have found a place with many people to choose from, and I will send you there.
All right. That sounds like a mighty fine deal there, Toan. Who exactly are we working with? Is it me alone? I could do this, Toan.
You alone? No. It will take the three of you. Work together well or fail together.
Sir Toan, I have a question. I cannot count to 100. How many is that? Is it 100 a night? Is it 100 over a span? Or is it 1 a night? I don't understand math.
One soul for every sundown. And after you have taken the 100th life, you will know by my calling.
Oh, yes, thank you, thank you.
If you are ready, I can send you now.
Oh, that's right.
That was our thing, right? We all decided our...
Yeah, I was like, we need to bring up the math on this because
yes.
Can we count to 100?
That was good.
Okay.
I am ready as long as everyone else is.
I am ready.
I
Then
don't
I
know
will
how to do
send.
voices. I'm ready too.
Should you have any need of me, all you need do is ask. And he reaches out his hand, and his massive hand hovers over the three of you.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that like we were sincere with the whole. If we have a question, you're there for us. Thank you. I feel trust has been built. I appreciate that. It's been established. We're ready to go.
I'm just.
This is who I'm working with? Really, Toin?
Mid complaint from Tomo, he wordlessly stretches his hand out, hovers it over the three of you, and in a flash of light, you are no longer in this vast foggy area, and instead you stand in a heavily wooded area. The sounds of people and the sounds of a small town coming from the east.
So, probably should have established this a little bit earlier, but, what exactly do you control? I stare at, I don't have descriptions of people, at one of you.
I'm avidly taking notes. Well, I control infection. And so if we could have done, I could have killed many. I could have killed many in one night, but it's one per night. I've learned. What do you control?
Oh, I control the flow of ink onto paper and the artistry of it all.
The flow of ink. That's amazing. Oh man, we could really team up.
I forgot all the lines that I wanted Tomo to say because it's been so long.
I know. I was so proud of my character, and now I'm like, who is she?
What is your name, sir? With the ink.
Oh, my name is Tomo Ward. You can just call me Tomo.
Oh, Tomo, it's nice to meet you. My name is Anaya. How about you?
Anaya.
Me? All right. I feel like we're in a meeting. Hi, I'm Additive.
Hi, Additive.
Hi, Additive.
So I'm Addie Civ, and I control bonds.
Bonds.
Bonds. So that
Like we're bonding right now? Like that kind of bond?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is not what I was thinking. So I'm glad you clarified.
Well, so it's
Do
Gosh,
we
you guys are
believe
so
in
bad at
covalent bonds?
covalent.
Oh.
That's not quite. So, shoot, how do I want to play this? I'm Addie Civ.
The long flowing hair. It reminds me of a princess. Do you bond with princesses as well?
Yes. So I control bonds, such as the things that cause other things to stick together. And hopefully, as my power grows, it will also include relationships between people and the bonding and attachments there. The chaos.
That doesn't sound very chaotic to me, but if you know your powers better than I.
So what I'm thinking, you guys, is we take your ink and we give people a note saying to meet them in the center of the square. And then we take Addie and we bond them together, and then I infect them, and then they all die. Are we?
I mean, that sounds effective.
Yeah.
But didn't he say one a night?
Do we get in trouble if we do two, or do we get bonus points?
Or is it that we just bond two together and we save one for the other night? We keep them captive. Then we only have to work half as hard. If I could do math.
Wait, half? Are you sure?
I'm not sure. Let me go back.
I think that makes it twice as hard, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Are we multiplying by 2
We
or
have to work
dividing by 5?
Wait. What? There's too many numbers, guys. How about we just stick with the one?
Would you say I have infected you with confusion?
Yes, effectively.
And now we know how I work, my friends. Where shall we begin?
So where are we right now?
Right now, you stand in a heavily wooded area, the sounds of people, and a small town to the east.
Okay.
Which one of us is outgoing? Who wants to talk to people? I don't necessarily like to talk to people. I just like to infect them.
I mean,
What about you, Addie? You're bonding.
I've kind of been alone for a long time. I just like to mess with people afar because that's how I do things. But I can go and lure
I
them.
love people.
Tomo loves people.
I
Tomo
do
loves
definitely love people. But quick
Tomo!
LOC. So I have devoted populace, but that's supposed to be for our chancel, correct? That doesn't do anything. We don't have a chancel. All right. Tomo's gonna be totally worthless because he's all right. But leave it to Beaver. I mean Tomo. I know exactly how to control the populace.
Oh, this is good. Oh, this is all really good. I hope it's okay. I'm taking notes on you guys. I just need to learn.
Yes. I definitely can. I can do this. Tomo looks a bit worried, but he strides towards the town to the east.
As you take your first steps, your garb, whatever you are currently wearing, begins to change and alter, and you are no longer wearing that particular set of clothes. But instead, Tomo, what you find yourself wearing is an incredibly uncomfortable woolen outfit. Your pants come halfway down to the calf, and from there it's just pure white sock leading into some shiny black boots with large buckles on them. You wear an incredibly heavy jacket over not even heavier, but over heavy shirt. You have a long beard growing out of your face if you didn't before, and on top of your head you sport a large black hat, also with a buckle on.
So I can't do this, but Addie Civ can, and she wolf whistles.
I look back at Addie. Do they still retain their normal appearance since they have not moved?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
me and her.
I say, what exactly? I'm not used to this. This is really warm. What kind of weather are we in?
Right now it's breezy and a little chilly. Like, you think you should have longer pants, but you don't.
I mean, it's not the worst thing I've worn. And I continue striding towards the town.
You continue striding off towards the town through the trees.
I follow.
Ladies.
Alone.
Yeah, I was gonna say opportunity for costume change, Anaya. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
You both begin to follow Tomo through the trees, and as you take your first steps, your garb also changes. It changes into an incredibly similar outfit to each other. Both of you wearing very long, heavy dresses that drag the ground, as well as bonnets that top your head.
Addie.
I'm suddenly feeling very proper. Are you feeling very proper?
So happy that I did not get a beard. I'm so happy about it. Are you so happy you didn't get a beard? Where did Tomo go? How are we going to find him amongst all the beards?
Is my beard gone?
It is, but your face is beautiful with that bonnet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, come along, ladies. We don't have all day.
I would like to follow third.
You continue walking through the brambles and past the trees, and soon you do see that there is an opening. You see a town. You see people within the town. It does look like there are about 600 people. There are small fences that block your way coming out of the woods, and on the other end of these fences is long pathways leading all around the town. You see people milling about, and you see and hear people working. One in particular is a gentleman who is trying to roll large barrels from one side of a barn to another.
Well, he looks like an easy target. Should we just go for him?
I don't know. How big is he? I don't
He's
know
an
if I'm very strong.
average-sized man.
I mean, it
this
seems
is
fine to
just.
me.
I mean, I can just my ankle, and stab it, right? Like that's something we can just
We
do.
could also just go find a kid.
Well,
Isn't it easier to kill a kid than it is an adult?
I'm sure our God will love the blood of a child.
It will keep him youthful. I believe in corruption.
All right, so like my morals aren't great, but I am gonna say we should probably lay off the kids, guys. I'll be that.
That verbiage.
What kind of game am I running?
I'm a Debbie Downer.
To be fair, you started this by saying you have to kill 100 people, one per day.
100 people, not 100 helpless children.
Well, you did
help
Children
them.
are people too, George.
Are they?
Did you say something about?
Fine, then we can kill them. It doesn't even matter.
They're just mini humans in training. We'll train others. What game are you running?
I have no idea at this
I have
point.
infected you with concern.
So you watch him all right. You
Thank
watch
you.
him struggle to roll this barrel over to what looks like the very edge of the barn, like right near the entrance. And he stands up. He gives a whoa, wipes off his brow, turns and heads back for another barrel. And then he sees the three of you standing at the edge of the wood. Oh, you there?
I give him a whiff, and I say, "Hello, good sir.
Come help me with this."
Yes, no problem. I will definitely help. Oh, well, I will definitely help you. Leave this to man's work.
Oh, yeah. I'm not.
I don't.
The nail check was the best.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm still feeling my
As you
character out.
approach him, Tomo, he's glaring at the two women behind you, and he says, "Oi, you might want to, keep them on a leash. Women who say no around these parts tend to have a bit of trouble. Yeah."
Excuse me? What does that mean? What are you implying, good sir?
All women should be good and proper. Them saying no, not good and proper. Anyway, help me with these barrels.
Yes, no problem, sir. Are any of the barrels open by chance?
They are not open. And as he goes over to another one and begins rolling it, you can hear the sloshing of liquid within.
I use my... What kind of aspect do I have? I have a normal godly aspect. I forget how aspect works. Anyways, so I wanted to see how strong it was. I wanted to make sure I didn't have no muscles. I help him with the barrels, and I try to get a good sniff to see if it's like a wine or a ale or anything fermenting.
Yeah, and as you're helping him roll them, they are incredibly heavy. But the two of you together, you do begin to make a dent. And he notices you're sniffing. He goes, "Well, that's not going to help you none until you drink it. We should save that for tonight."
Well, I wanted to know what I was working with here.
It's ale. It's the only thing we have. We have ale. Now, this is the last of it. Hopefully that bloke George, he brings some back with him on the next ship.
All right. I continue helping them while you guys are currently not. I don't know. Is he paying attention?
I don't know.
Well, I have a question about Nobilis.
Okay.
Just make sure I understand. Is that okay? Make sure we're on the same page before I start doing stuff and I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so our domain is what?
Your domain is an incredibly confusing thing.
Your domain is what your power, your control over.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so I guess
Your
where are we at?
aspect.
So-
Your aspect is your muscle.
Oh.
okay, so I'm a level 1 there, so I can't like.
You're
go
metahuman.
dude.
Well,
Yeah.
you're still better than a human.
Okay.
0
You're
is
not a
human.
0.
Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like. So you guys are still chatting and sweating over your barrel pushing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like, oh my fate constitution, it's so warm over here. And I'm just gonna kind of wander over to Burly Man.
Right. So he hears your swooning and your hooning and whatever it is you're doing, and he points to a small bench just on the side of the barn, and he goes, "Well, if you're feeling faint, you can always take a rest right there. No problem."
Anaya just pushes her over so that he has to come pick her up, but says nothing about it.
What is wrong with you? And he goes and he helps Addie Civ up, and he looks to Tomo. He's like, "Where'd you find these people?"
And like with all of my strength, as he lifts me up, I'm gonna accidentally knee him where it counts, like really hard.
I go to comfort the man and put my hand on his back, harder onto her knee. No combat. Right, George.
I have an aspect too. Can I pick up the man? I could just take him.
Do it.
You want to pick him up?
Well, yes, because now we've beaten him up. We must take him away so that we can kill him. Not in front of the people. That would just be rude.
Okay. What do you want to do with him once you pick him up?
I want to carry him to a location that doesn't have witnesses.
There's nobody in the barn.
There's a barn behind us.
That's
why I wanted you guys to come in the barn. I'm like,
I
you guys don't have anyone around here.
I, for some reason, thought there were other people around, so that was totally my fault. I wasn't following well. Okay.
There are people around, but he's the only one around the barn area. And this does seem to be over on the edge of town where there's not. So while you can see people a ways away, he's pretty isolated himself. So you can pick him up and take him into the barn, no problem. What would you like to do with him in the barn? We're going to keep this PG-13.
Bond person take care of whether or not she wants to make him agreeable. I don't know if you control their emotions.
I don't think I control.
Like bond him to us.
Let me see.
You can bond his lips closed.
Oh.
I can do that.
Shut him up.
Is he bleeding?
I think you just.
No, you destroyed his crotch. You didn't.
Oh, then I thought Tomo was smashed his face down. Sorry.
Oh no.
I was just pushing him. I was pushing him, further into you, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I was gonna offer Anaya to like infect
him. Yeah, I don't know how my infection works. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's okay.
So we pick him up, take him to the barn, and then what?
All right.
Are the barn doors to close?
We're outdoors? What?
Barn doors are now closed.
Barn doors,
You close the barn doors as these two ladies are taking this man hostage in his own barn.
So I'll like I liked that idea. I think we have really good teamwork, and I'll say like I'll bond his lips together if I'm able to, and just be like, got a lot to say still.
Mm-hmm. He's crying. He's incredibly confused. He's clutching his crotch, and he's looking up at the three of you with absolute horror in his eyes, and he's trying to speak through tightened lips.
I lean down to where I tie, and I tell him, never insult a woman again. And I push him back.
He's on the ground. You push him
further into the ground.
Power justifies itself. I'm just playing into the number 3. Power justifies itself. I'm just asserting power.
Okay.
For the game's sake. Outside of game. Inside of game, I just push him over and walk away.
Okay.
You should really respect your betters. That's my 3.
So,
do you guys have anything else to say to this dude, or are you just standing there staring at him?
I would like to infect him, but I don't know how, like, the game, I don't know how the powers work. Like, can I just call forth, like, an infection of, like, boils? I just don't know how my power works. Like,
so to make that, you'd probably want a lesser creation, which would take you 2 miracle points. I'm being the holy hot god for Faceless.
Well, we figure out what's going on.
I think we all need a little help with this game right now. So yeah.
Agreed. Okay. So I'd have to spend 2 miracle points. Do I really want to spend 2 miracle points though on our first victim? So maybe we should just like
volunteer.
I don't know. What do you guys think we should do with him now that he's like incapacitated? I don't know. Should we tie him up?
I mean, we're in a barn. Is there anything in here?
There's lots of things in here, like those barrels. Livestock. This does seem mostly to be a storage area. You also see some boxes. You see some rolled up, some very large rolls of what looks to be linen. You see large bales of hay. You see a ladder going up to a second-story loft.
There we go. Can we just carry him up the loft and push him off?
Does Tomo see any rats in the hay or anything like that?
You don't see any signs of rats, but you can inspect.
Okay. All right. I can't roll. This doesn't work. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I don't know if Lady Pestilence has the ability to infect animals. Anaya, if we were to get a rat or something, I mean, that would slowly be able to affect the whole town, even if we just use a lesser miracle.
I like it. Let's do that.
That's a good one.
Yes. I love the power.
I can give you a squid. That's my limits.
We can just go through the town and throw the squid at people. We can just throw it in your face. Maybe a rat would be more sufficient.
Maybe.
While you guys are talking about it, you see this man. He begins clawing at his mouth in horror, trying to open his lips.
Well, we have a witness, so rat idea is good, but we need to do something with him.
Yes.
Well, it's not like he can tell anybody what happened here.
We should make it look like an accident in some way.
Accident.
I mean, I
said his sorrows in the ale.
Yes, let's do it. I'm probably most likely the one that.
So before we get too far ahead, I do want to take a moment out of game to remind you that Toan did say one life must be taken every sundown.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that part. I just heard once a day.
Once a night.
That's how I interpret it. Okay.
Okay.
For 100 nights.
What time to do it at sundown?
So sundown, it's one death a night for 100 nights. And then he did say the soul must be claimed every day at sundown, or every sundown, and it is currently midday.
Well, guys, I think we're ahead of schedule. Should we take a nap? I don't know. Like,
wait, did we tie him up?
No, I don't believe so.
He's
just incapacitated because he's been injured a bit. Is there a loft to this barn at all?
There is a loft, yes.
We can hide him up there if you don't have an idea.
Let's tie him up so he can't run into town, because if he runs into town and his mouth is bound, then I'm going to have to kill everyone in the town so that they don't kill us, and then we only get 1 point for it. And like
this nameless
I don't know how that works.
Produces a small knife sheathed at his hip, and he holds it up to his mouth, and he begins cutting, and you see blood spilling down his chin.
You guys cannot let him do this.
He looks at you all, and he just says, "Why?" And you see that his bottom lip is stuck to his top lip.
But like out of all the places to cut, you just down there.
His lips are stuck together.
Just saying.
I'm sorry, sir. You're no longer beautiful. We can't let you continue this way.
was supposed to be
I learned something new
celebratory.
about Tomo today.
That's also code number 1 for heaven. Heaven's not very heavenly.
You three of you've gone in saints just before the party.
A party?
I don't
Maybe
remember.
rats won't work, but
seeing you.
poisoning the ale.
The ale.
We say this in front of the guy as he's like mumbling.
Yes.
But then that's still
Maybe-
the one a night thing, right? Because if you poison everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, so we would have to find a sleeping agent so that we at least put one other person to sleep so we have someone for tomorrow night sundown so we don't miss a day. But first we have to tie this man up and Anaya goes to get rope from anywhere in the barn if she can find it.
Yeah, you find plenty of rope.
Great. And I'm a level 2 aspect, so I go over and I kick his knee out so that he kneels to the ground. And then, am I wearing heels? What am I wearing
Wait.
on my feet?
Are you kicking his leg out from under him so that he falls
Yes.
to his knees, or are you
Yes.
kicking his knee backward?
Oh, not backwards. It's just forward. I can't have him bleed out before sundown.
Yeah, he's not
So
going to
I
bleed
have
out.
to
It's just
protect
his
him.
lip. He didn't sever an artery.
Yeah, but I like it if I kick his knee behind and I like there's that femoral artery right there, and then if I accidentally make that by a compound fracture, then all of a sudden he's bleeding out, and then we have to start over.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he
Wow,
falls to his
Anaya,
knees,
you know a lot about the anatomy.
and he looks up at you with a mixture of confusion and terror.
And I look
Yeah.
at him and I pull his hands back and I start to tie them behind him.
And he doesn't fight back.
I mean, I pat myself. I'm assuming I don't have any knives of my own on my person.
You're correct. You do not have any knives.
Well, I mean, we will take this. And I grab the knife he was using to cut his lips open. I don't know who would be most skilled with this. Probably, I look at it, Anaya. Probably you, to be fair.
I take it and I just slip it in. I'm assuming that it's like one of those colonial dresses that has the little waistband there. So I slip it in my little waistband.
Yeah, you now have blood on your dress because there was blood on that knife.
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm going to have to hold my hand next to me.
You're the worst because you got blood on your dress, not because of all of the stuff we just did to this guy.
It's true. Okay, so now at least his hands are tied up. So he's going to have a harder time. Now, what do you guys want to do with him?
I
You
mean,
should kill me.
don't worry, that will come, sir.
Get it over with.
This doesn't have to be a bad experience. You can tell us about yourself, even though you are a little bit lipless. But you know, this is our first time. We don't know what we're doing quite yet.
His eyes well full of tears, and he falls onto his back, and he lays there helplessly, and he mumbles under his breath, I came here to give my family an opportunity.
Oh, you have a family?
Die like a dog.
Are they available?
Yes. We're the worst.
Like, I'm okay. Side note out of this, I am like dying on the inside. Like, this is not... All right, and we're back.
This could have been easy.
Probably.
He probably would have invited us inside the house to eat with his family.
And
Instead,
we probably
attacked
would have
him.
found like a serial killer we could have killed, and it would have been fine, and we would have been like Dexter. So that's my
But
vote
maybe
for the
this
next
man-
round.
Is a serial killer. We don't know his story yet.
We aren't totally, so.
I'm not a killer. My name's Roger.
Well, hi, Roger. My name is Anaya Late.
And soon that will be your name too.
He doesn't
Wait, what?
respond. He just lays.
Oh,
He's not
I
even
get it.
looking at you guys.
All right, guys. I'm not like, I don't know. Is anybody having second thoughts, or are we just committing to this and we're gonna do it tonight and it'll be fine?
Well,
I mean,
What else
we
are
can
we
rethink our second one, but he knows a little bit too much right now.
I'm wondering if I have the miracle points, and I don't know if this is me stretching it, but for like bonds, like if I could do something with memories there, like attachment to, I don't know, if I can really talk my way through it and make them forget.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I like where your head's at because that's exactly where your head needs to be.
But no.
But if he says yes, then we can trick him into thinking he tripped and fell and we helped him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the blood is on my dress.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I think that's going to have to be at least a 7.
A 7 miracle point?
So you would be able to do that with the cost of a terrible wound. You would be inflicting some great heavy damage on yourself as well, considering that erasing memories isn't really...
Oof.
Not even just erasing them, but separating the memories from his mind.
Yeah.
Is kind of what you're going for.
Can we have examples of what a terrible wound is?
Oh, sure.
Does it protect her face?
Money.
Organ failure.
Organ donor? Like I suddenly lose a kidney?
Failure.
Organ failure.
Oh! I just suddenly lost an
You
organ.
just gain a kidney. The weirdest thing.
Okay.
It's okay. We have new organs right here. And Anaya seems to
all
be
packed for us.
very medically knowledge. So
I don't even know if that's where the femoral artery is. I'm like 99% sure. I know there's an artery in your leg though. And I think that's where your femur is. So
Okay, what about if I really increase his bond to us so that he just believes things that we say? So I don't get rid of what happened, but I like use his attachment to us to like I increase that.
So you want to essentially charm him.
Yes.
So that he doesn't hate you for
what we did and doesn't tattle on us.
So we didn't want to use 2 points. Well, let's like use 4.
Yeah, that will...
Is that still a level 7?
I'm trying to find out where your miracle points are.
I feel like at this point, it's like we just hang out with him all day until sundown. So like for the next 5 hours, or we take his whole family hostage and create chaos.
That will cost you a whole 4 points.
Where are my points?
Just so as a reference, you have 5.
Oh, okay. And if I don't have 4 points, then I would not get a terrible wound. I would just not be able to do it.
Yeah. So you would either not do it, or you would do it with negative effects.
Okay. Cool.
It's like you can lift a 10-pound dumbbell. What you can't do is lift a 500-pound dumbbell. And if you try, you're going to break or tear something in your arm. So it's a lot like that. If you're trying to extend your domain farther than its reach, you're breaking or tearing yourself.
Okay. I do want to do a quick shout out because I like Gryffindor's idea about like his attachment to a dream kind of sedation type thing. It's kind of cool. Like Inception almost.
That is really cool.
All right.
You jumped it all.
All right. Well, then I won't do that.
I make some ethereal words in front of him that say, "This is all a dream," but it's just like an illusion kind of thing. What is it? What they call it?
Minor illusion? Oh, wrong game.
Minor illusion. Oh no! Sorry, Ghost Miracles actually. Those actually cost a point for me because Tomo's bad at things.
No.
Yeah, no. Tomo can't do that without spending points. So I was going to do that as a joke, but never mind.
Wait, you guys, I just realized one of my handicaps is I cannot kill.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
We did that because we thought it would be funny.
Like, you guys are
I'm
gonna
so
have to
glad
kill
I
them.
gave Annihilate cannot kill. And I gave her the knight.
Pretty ironic, isn't it?
Oh no.
Don't you think? It's like Rayanne on her wedding day.
Mine is I can't smell the barn. That's okay.
I'll wait to reveal that to you guys in game though. I feel like I could have waited even longer. I should have waited. And like right when I'm about to kill him, be like, I can't do this, guys. Okay.
Well, since no one else has given any ideas, I'm going to just go ahead and try to carry him into the loft of the barn.
I will help him carry him in any way that I can.
You're able to carry him up to the lofty barn. He doesn't struggle at all. It's like he's accepted his fate.
Anaya just sits next to him and says, I'm really sorry about this. It was a task given to us. We have
Nothing personal.
Yeah, definitely nothing personal. And your family, like, we'll try to leave them alive. So at least your sacrifice will be worth something.
Can we have their names so we don't accidentally kill them?
Oh, that's a good one.
He looks Tomo directly in the eye. And he says, "On your judgment, God will judge you harshly.
Oh,
we're only
I didn't judge myself that harshly.
Damned for your sins!" And he spits blood as he shouts at you.
Gross.
Says the infection person.
Hey, I spread the infections. I don't own them. I don't know what to do because it's midday.
Yep. So we just hang around this guy that wants to die for 12 hours.
No big deal.
You're going to hang around him for 12 hours?
No, I'm just joking around.
Until sundown. I mean, there's
Where did
really
you
nothing
place
else for
him
us
on
to
this
do.
loft?
Oh no.
I don't know how big the loft is.
It's pretty big.
Far back corner.
Yeah. You're in timeout. You don't talk bad about gods to us. We take it personally.
And his hands are bound?
Yes. I'm sitting next to him. So, I mean, if he moves, I'll know he moved.
Sorry,
I'm like trying to prevent him from rolling off and killing himself.
I'm still on the bottom, by the way.
Okay.
Bottom floor of the barn. Just
Is there hay up here on this top of the loft area?
Yeah, there is.
All right, I'm gonna move some of the hay bales. I'm gonna pin him into the corner, basically.
A
Put him in a
playpen.
cage. Yeah.
Yep. So you've penned him in atop this loft, and you're going to wait with him there until sundown.
But Anaya, since there are hay bales, she like puts her head down and she kind of starts rolling her hair. So, do you like have children? How many?
He side eyes you, but he ignores you, and he keeps staring forward.
I'm trying to make sure they stay alive. So if you don't want me to go slaughter them right now, I will figure out who they are.
I mean, we can always go with the poisoning of the ale. I'm assuming his family will drink from it.
Yes, and if his kids don't drink ale, they will tonight.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. It's okay. I look at myself. Dysentery is a thing probably right now. Ale's drinking by everybody.
As you laugh, you see his one good lip, his top lip, it begins curling in hatred.
Look, we
Okay.
said we're sorry. Okay,
It's
did
nothing
this
personal.
I glance outside to see what the sky looks like. Is it?
Yeah. So about 3 hours have passed by this point. So the
Mhm.
sun it's going down, but you still have a few hours before sunset.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could pass the time talking. I know you like have half a lip, but
I actually I kind of bring an eye over to the corner. So I know he's not from our time period. We're from like now, right? Like around.
Depends completely on your backstory.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say that Tomo is definitely from like a now time. How about we just say this was all a prank and see what he says?
okay.
It was just a prank, bro.
It was just a prank. Okay, let's do it. Do you think he'll know what a prank is?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We walk over. I'm gonna let you say it, Tomo.
All right. I say, I have some bad news for you, sir. You've just been punked. You're on a reality TV show, Intergalactic TV.
So I'm downstairs and I'm like banging my head against one of the posts.
I lean over to him and I say, "Did it work? Do you believe us that it was a joke?"
I'll not be wasting the last moments of my life with whores and heathens. And he begins hurling his body against these hay bales to move them aside. And the minute he gets a little bit of extra room, he
I run
tries
towards where he's
running
gonna
right
jump.
past you down the loft.
I catch him.
You're on the ground?
Yeah.
No, he's running down the loft.
Running.
Oh,
He's
I
not
thought you were
running
jumping
down the
off.
ladder, he's running down the loft.
Gotcha.
Like, are
You
there
see that
windows?
there is a door on the second story of the loft with they use to hoist hay bales through using a rope and pulley system.
Oh, shit.
He's headed straight for that.
Tomo, infect his blood with ink. We can find another victim. Kill him.
That sounds like a good idea, but I try to I use a miracle point for aspect to try to
Oh.
So the example is outcomputing a Pentium computer. So I'm assuming I'd be able to. It's improbable feat, so I'd be able to move like pretty fast, faster than a world record performance, faster than Usain Bolt.
Okay. All right, yeah. So he reaches the door and he kicks it open with one foot just as you reach him.
All right, I go to try to tackle him to the ground.
Do you want to?
So sorry, you said that there was a door to like a pit right in front of him, so probably not tackle him to the ground.
Okay.
But
to the floor of the loft.
Yes.
Okay. So he kicks this door open right as you grab him, and he's able to get half of a word out, and he yells, "Demon!" And you just hurl him straight to the floor of the loft as that door just kind of swings open. And as he hits the floor of the loft, he goes silent.
Did you kill him?
Does he seem to be breathing?
You've knocked the air out of him. He's having a great difficulty breathing.
I go over and I close the doors. But first, I look to see if anybody is around that could have heard him yell demons.
From this vantage point, you actually don't see many. But he was pretty loud. You wouldn't be surprised if somebody heard him.
I'm also peeking my head out of the barn doors from the bottom floor just to see if I can see anybody running around. I'm sure it's the same, but I'm just letting you know. Do I see anybody or hear anything?
You see two little girls headed your way.
Guys, I said no kids.
Well, I didn't call them forth. Addie, do I know about the kids? yet? Or are you?
No, that's what I said to you guys.
Oh, okay, great. I'm going to turn to you and be like, what kids? I don't see kids.
They're coming this way.
Okay, now what do we do?
Actually, okay, we need someone to keep an eye on him and shut him up. We'll just help him. We'll do what he was doing beforehand, and we'll just act like everything's fine.
Okay, okay, so you go down because kids view mother-father figures as trustworthy. So you go down with Addie. I am pretty strong. I'm going to hold him down. If he speaks, I will squeeze his throat.
Okay.
And try to keep him quiet. But you guys need to usher them out of the barn.
And Anaya, I don't know if this matters, but if we're still trying to make this look like an accident, maybe don't have like strangle marks on his throat.
Oh, you're right. That's true. Okay, I will sit on him.
It's an accident. He has rope burns all around his arms.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I've never killed anyone before.
And you still can't.
Yeah, it's true. So I sit there and I tell him, if you stay quiet, those two little girls will make it out of here alive, and I will see to it that they do not get infected. Should I infect the town and kill everyone, I will take care of them, but you have to be quiet.
He's gasping for air and groaning.
Oh, I let go. Okay,
I mean, he had the air knocked out of him by Tomo, so he's going to continue gasping for air and groaning.
I don't think I've ever had the air knocked out of me, so I don't know that I...
Okay, it sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to sit on him.
Okay.
And
okay.
hold him down. I'm assuming he's face down, so I just sit on his back.
Yeah.
And then
okay,
you two go forth and get the kids where they need to go.
All right.
There's a knocking on the large doors to the barn. And you hear tiny little voices from outside yelling, "Dad,
is there any like wildflowers or things with like pollen around here?
There might be some around the forest.
Around what?
The forest that you guys appeared in.
I don't know how my powers work. I don't know if it's a miracle point. Is there a way that I can like increase? So there's already like a form of reliance of pollen and like butterflies. Is there a way that I can like strengthen that call to like a bunch of butterflies to like little girls like butterflies and like call them to like go see all the pretty butterflies?
This will be 1 miracle point.
Okay. And gosh, and I have 4? 5.
5.
And I am not playing by D&D rules where we get a long rest and we just get them back, I'm assuming. So how do we get miracle points?
You don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet? So these are just, they go away forever? Guys.
We're new gods. We don't know how it works.
You're new gods. Toan did not tell you anything about this. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, your miracle points like you'll be good."
Also, it's an abstraction. We don't even know what a miracle point is. So
yeah, that's a bit metagaming. But you do know that attracting many butterflies to a flower will use a little bit of power, but it won't use all of your power. It'll be a small amount.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Roughly 20% of your power.
All right, I'm gonna use 1 miracle point, and I hope this works. And I'm gonna call like so many butterflies to this area, so it's very visible and very like obvious that there's a ton of them. Like it's not just like cute 5 butterflies. It's like whatever you call a cluster of butterflies.
It's a gaggle of butterflies.
A murder of butterflies very quickly arrives. And you hear on the other side of the door, they're no longer calling for Dad, but they are going, "Wow, look, there's so many of them. Mom, look at all the butterflies." And then after that, they do continue calling for their father. They're really excited, but as you listen to these joyous, childish screams, you do hear another knocking on the door. This one harder and higher up on the door, and then you hear a woman calling.
Yeah, I was gonna try.
Roger.
I was gonna try and get out before they all came up. Okay.
Oh, a kaleidoscope of butterflies.
That's super cute.
Okay, you guys, and I like motion for them to come over, and I say it as quietly as I can. What we should do is place the knife in his hand and say that he attacked us and plead self-defense. Because he thought we meant danger, but we didn't. We just spooked him.
We just heard the children say mother. This is his wife. Why do you think they would believe?
Roger, who's in there with you?
Oh, shit, what do we do? Anaya starts panicking.
Roger, open the door! And the door begins to rattle as this woman is trying to open.
Is there another exit that we can just take him out? This right now?
Scooby do it.
Okay, we make it look like a suicide. We can open the barn doors on the outside and just push him off.
I think we should stick with accident because I don't want to traumatize the family.
Okay, that's true.
It falls on the wife. They both die.
The kids don't know any better.
Help! Help!
I know, she's calling for help, guys. I don't know what to do. This is why I don't do these things.
Do we just push him off the loft?
Yes, push him off the loft, and then we can go out the back door.
Untie me.
Why, though? Like, you're going to tattle. We're going to get in trouble.
I'll call them off. Untie me.
Okay,
Let me get my family's safety.
What do you guys think?
Let's just find out what happens.
Okay, I untie him. And I help stand him up, and then when I do, I just brush his shoulders off a little bit, and I straighten his shirt, and I go, there.
He bats your hands away, and he heads over to the ladder, and he goes down the ladder and rushes as fast as he can through injuries and kicked out legs to the front door. He looks at you all as if he's expecting you guys to try to hide.
Should we just let him go, and just try again somewhere else?
I don't know. Then we're gonna have a reputation. We're gonna have to kill all 4 of them if he doesn't get his mouth shut. Can you bond?
He opens the door since he doesn't see you guys hiding, and he opens it just enough to get out, and then he pulls it closed behind him, and you hear him talking to a very worried woman, and you hear him say, "No, I fell off the loft, I bit my lip. And everything's all right. Everything's all right. Let's get the girls inside."
Oh, because he's a good guy. Let's let him go and go find someone else.
Well, we can't use the town if he's gonna go around having this information.
We seem to be back in the past. I mean, people see devils all the time in the past. He can be the town crazy person for a little while. He seems like he'll get over it.
It's not like they have MySpace. Guess what era I'm from?
Okay,
you're really far back in the past.
You're almost back in these days. Okay, so what if when he comes in, we ask him if he wants to help us?
Yeah, if he knows somebody that nobody would miss and is a bad dude, maybe?
Yeah.
Would you like to help the devil?
Hey, did the Holly Hot Gods guy say that we could just call on him if we had a question?
No, you cannot call on me.
Or Towen.
Towen.
I mean, we can. I don't know if Towen can undo. I don't know Towen very well.
Well, I just want to ask if we're going to be stuck in this town for the 100 nights or if he's going to move us somewhere else.
I say ask the question.
Yo, Towen!
I have heard you call my name, and it has bounced between the walls through the halls of time.
Snaps.
What do you need?
Just real fast. Are we going to be here the whole 100 nights, or are you going to send us somewhere else?
This is the place you must be.
Why do you hate it so much?
This town has an energy that will fuel a chance. Energies like these are few and far between.
Do we hear this, or is it just like in Addie's head?
You guys hear it too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, Towen, for the information. It's pretty cool being under you.
Oh, Addie.
That's what she said.
I don't know. We're not tenants, right? Even though he's kind of like our landlord. I don't know.
No, we have a different landlord that we haven't met yet because we don't have a chancellor yet.
It's true.
That's right.
Landlords are a thing.
Okay, that's right. That I wasn't crazy. I don't know. What's our relationship? Let's DTR.
He's our god.
Towen is your imperator.
Uh-huh.
He is this celestial being that has bestowed upon you your sovereign powers.
Okay.
So, really, what happened is at some point in your life or after your death, depending on how we go, your heart has been opened, and within that heart, Towen has placed the equivalency of an entire planet, which has given you these sovereign powers.
Okay. Cool. So, do I refer to him as like sir?
You can call him. He'll let you know if you call him something he doesn't like.
Well, I don't want to figure that out the hard way. But okay. Thank you, sir. I don't know if you guys need anything else. Taco Bell? Anybody?
I'm good.
Okay. All
That's
right,
I
thank
can say.
you.
The work must be done.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then you
yeah.
feel his presence withdraw.
All right. So, guys, why don't we, like, when he comes back, I'm assuming, I already forgot his name. Good guy,
Roger.
will come back. What if he helps us, like, point out some good beings to rid this town of? Maybe, slick in that pocket a little bit with some coin from the people we off. Maybe that'll help keep a little tight lip.
I like it. Tight lip. Because he cut his.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just wait for him to come back in?
Think so. If he comes back. If he doesn't, then murder.
So before he comes in, I want to sit with my legs hanging off the loft, like kicking back and forth. Like I really just think that everything's going to work out just fine. Carefree over the fact that we almost just killed a man.
Yeah. Roughly an hour and a half passes, and the sun is now going down. You have about an hour now before sunset.
Did he return,
And,
or is he still out?
You've just kind of been hanging out in this barn, and you hear this door being pushed open again, and in rushes Roger, but it's more of like a very quick instep, and he closes the large barn door behind him again, and then he replaces the bar to keep the doors closed, and he stands there for a moment with his back to everybody, and then he looks at you guys, and as he turns and looks at you, you see that his bottom lip is no longer adhered to his top lip, but it's been like cut away. You do see some cuts on his top lip, like it wasn't entirely successful. And his bottom lip, where he did cut it away, is now bandaged. And you do see a little bit of blood bleeding through. And he speaks with a little bit of a speech impediment, which I'm going to try to do, but I guarantee nothing. You promised me my family will be fine. You can have me for
Well,
whatever
talking about
nefarious
that.
deeds you need.
we have
Make it
another
quick.
proposition for you.
Not be proposed to by demons and harlots.
What do I do with this ring then?
Just kill me.
Addie, this is your ballpark.
All
I
right.
just continue swinging my legs off the loft.
All
Twirling
right.
over.
All right, Jolly Roger. Got a thing for you here. We see that you're a pretty good guy. Apologies. It's our first day on the job. We're not doing so great. But we do have to rid this town of a soul tonight in like an hour. I checked my sundial. So is there a way that you can keep your mouth shut about what we're doing and help maybe guide us towards somebody that nobody will miss and might be a blessing to be rid of?
Like a criminal, I'd say, from the loft.
Yes.
If
Like
you
am I
need a
She
soul-
shouts.
If you
Like
need
a
a soul
criminal?
tonight, and then
sorry?
you promise you'll be gone, you can just have mine. Leave
Unfortunately, that is not something we can accomplish.
Why not? I'm right here.
Um,
Take it. Take it and be gone with you devils.
But you're really nice, and we don't want your kids growing up without a dad because you're super nice. So we'd like to take somebody that like maybe is meaner than you.
and 99 others.
Yeah.
You mean to kill 100 of us?
Well, that's who you're sent to do. Yes.
I don't understand why. Why are you here? Why come all this way? Why come all this way from England, from Spain, from France, just to kill?
Well, we can't really do it in our hometowns. Like that would look bad.
I mean, it could be worse. Telemarketers.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Unfortunately, your life's not an extended warranty.
So you mean to enlist my help in the murder of others?
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
so your family can stay alive and you can stay alive and you guys can be happy and you can be in a safe environment. We're like just making sure everyone's like a little extra safe.
I realize we're in a town of like 600 people. We're going to more than decimate this town.
We can't do math.
Dangle the lives of my children, of my wife, before my eyes, and you ask me to help you?
Okay, like I'm trying to be nice.
Damn you!
I've already been there.
Damn
Okay,
you!
okay
You're
I'm not going
burned.
anywhere, Addie. It's all you.
And so will I, but I will help. God save me.
My name's Anaya, no God, but I see what you did there.
Sorry. So I heard a yes out of that. So I'm really sorry, but we're running out of time here. So can you point us to like a villainous person?
Or just someone you hate.
Yeah, that works too. We're not
Celebration
super picky
stop.
anymore.
I mean, sorry, clarify. Someone you hate that isn't in this barn.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The celebration starts in 10 minutes, and the entire town will be there, and you can choose whoever you damn well please. After that, I will help you as little as possible, but
Question
you will
outside
have
of the
my
game.
help. Put
Okay, so-
your hand down, whore!
It's Majeski asking a question.
It's me.
Oh,
It's
I'm
me
so
asking
sorry.
the hollyhock gun. Okay.
I thought this
can
was
I-
in the game.
No,
Husband,
but
do
that's a
not
good
call
point.
my best friend.
I
I thought
it's
it
fine.
was
It's
in
fine.
game. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's good. You're good. You're good. Okay, so can I use if it's just one miracle point? Because like I don't know, he's calling me a whore, so I don't know that I really want to spend more than one. But can I use infection to infect him with whatever heals the body? So it's not infecting him with a germ, yeah, but like infecting him with like natural
Penicillin.
interference. Yes. So that
Right.
his
Well, he
lips will
doesn't
feel
have
better.
an infection, so
So I cannot infect him with good things, just bad things.
Could Anaya use a miracle point to infect him with enthusiasm to help us?
Oh, I would be willing.
that goes.
It's okay to say no. I would.
I'm going
We're
to
learning.
call that 2 miracle points because you guys have literally tortured this man. He has 100% reason to not like you at all for any reason. So to just change that in a moment, that's going to be a lot. Anaya, I will say that you can instill a sense of calm.
Okay.
Like if that makes sense, like you can infect him with a little bit of serenity.
Okay.
But that'll be a miracle point. That way, like you're not trying to change his opinion, but you are making him just a tad more docile.
Okay. I will do that. I was gonna try to make him look more presentable since he's going to a party, but I'll just make him feel calm, and then at least his wrinkles won't get worse.
I need that.
Okay, so I spend a miracle point. Do you want me to change it in the spreadsheet or just on my paper?
Spreadsheet would be great.
I didn't do that.
And which, like, where do I take it from on the spreadsheet?
That'll be domain.
Domain.
I just realized I accidentally took an aspect from Eddie Sims.
I just watched you do that. But I need...
Ignore that. I didn't do that.
Oh. Okay, I'm just going to adjust it to 4. Okay.
And is
Done.
this a realm miracle point?
It'd be domain.
Domain. Okay. Cool.
All right. I instill calm in him.
Yeah, you see him take like a deep breath and then exhale. And then he looks to Tomo. You gonna help me move these barrels, or you gonna stand there like the piece of shit you are?
Well, I mean, to be fair, when his wife came to the door, I said I was going to go do what he was originally doing because I was going to pretend. So I was already actually doing that.
Okay, you already were.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't stop during that whole thing.
I was like doing it half-heartedly. I was just kind of like looking at him, like kind of slowly rolling it. I wasn't very fast or anything like that.
Okay.
It was just like because the idea was just like if someone comes in, then I'll look like, all right, I'm actually trying. But it was just like.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on a raptor.
So you weren't. So I mean, his question stands.
Yeah, it still stands. I'm like, hi, I'm doing my job. I mean, you're not paying me, right?
He opens the door without answering you, and he begins rolling out a barrel. And as he leaves the barn, he hangs a left with the barrel, and he continues rolling it deeper into town, where you can see that there have been paper lanterns made and strung up. So in the dying light of the day, that does leave this very pretty glow over the center.
All right.
So are all the barrels taken care of?
So far, Roger has 1. He's moving 1. And I'm assuming Tomo's following him with another?
Yes. I was following him. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll help out too.
There's 4 more.
I help. But no. Okay, I help.
I feel like Addie has a very misplaced sense of justice. Like, yeah, we sort of almost murdered him, but we moved this barrel, so we're good now.
Yeah. As he's rolling it, he looks behind him to make sure that he's at least being followed, and he sees you barrels. At which point he brings his to a halt, and he like very fast walks up to you ladies, and he's like, "Women in this town, don't do that. You're gonna draw attention to yourself."
Oh,
didn't you ask for this?
This is man's work. I don't know who you are or where you're from, but if you want to keep a low profile,
yes,
you'll start acting like the women in this town do. You hear me?
Can you give me an example so I can blend in better? Because I'm blanking.
Look around. And he goes right back to his barrel, and he begins rolling it.
I look at Addie and I say, we might have a problem with the blood on my dress for the party.
Where is it at on her dress?
Or like right here, because that's where I put the knife was. Boop. So, I mean, I can cover it with my arm, but then I can't move my arm, which could look suspicious.
Can you just say,
everybody, just do the Queen's wave, like, hello.
You can just, like, I don't know, and I can repeat after me. It sounds like it goes, oh my gosh, it slipped.
Oh my gosh, it slipped.
My bad.
My bad.
Is that deceptive? Is that deceiving? Like, we're girlies. Oh my gosh, poor me. Or maybe we need to put more like, oh, I tripped because I was faint. I didn't eat enough seeds for dinner.
Do you think that everybody in this era is Scarlett O'Hara?
Literally my only reference right now, yes.
No. No.
Get a sash. Oh, we are dumb. Let's look for a sash.
Griff, stop helping them. Griff has had all the best ideas, and he's just watching right now.
Or Tomo.
Oh, man, we need to get Griff in one of these.
Tomo can just be a gentleman and give her his jacket.
Jackie, I can't change the weather.
But wouldn't that change? I could just cut myself with the knife and say it's my blood.
Yeah.
Okay, so I pull out the knife and I cut my arm.
No, don't actually cut yourself. Just tell them that.
Why?
No, it has to be believable.
It could be your side. You cut your side. Nobody's going to ask you to lift your dress.
Okay, I
that would be
take the knife away from my arm.
That's too much skin.
Okay.
You already said that you cut your arm.
Oh,
right?
okay. Sorry, I already cut it. So, yeah.
So now you have blood right here on your side.
And it's just enough, like, right here. I wasn't going to cut, like, the whole thing. Just, like, a small portion. Enough to bleed, but enough that it'll stop bleeding in 8 minutes.
It was from her needlepoint project.
I tripped when I fainted from not eating enough seeds.
I kissed my finger and I put it near her boo-boo.
And I said, oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know where I got eating enough seeds, but I'm really glad
I really like it.
Just kind of standing in a town road next to some barrels and talking about Anaya's cuts.
I take the knife and I put it in my boot this time below my skirt so that no one can see that I have a knife. And I just hold my wound. And then I ask Addie where we're supposed to go. Like, where do women go in this town to exist?
Probably someplace dark.
To exist.
Where we can just sit until we're needed.
The sewing circles, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, that one. Yes.
I mean, there's a party. Probably they'll have something to do with the party.
Very quickly comes back, glaring at Tomo. The barrels.
Yeah, Tomo, the barrels.
Where'd you go to
Tomo.
make the barrels?
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, wait. Why am I taking it? You help me with the barrels.
You have your own barrel you're supposed to be following me.
Oh, yes. I push.
He
grabs
one of the barrels from Addie and Anaya, and he begins rolling it, and he's like, this way, to Tomo.
All right. I push it aimlessly because I'm currently in front of him and wait until he catches up so I can follow him.
You follow him. He rolls it into this this very large courtyard area that again is illuminated by these bright paper lanterns. And as he rolls up a barrel, a group of other men cheer joyously, and they heft this barrel up onto the back of a cart. And then they very quickly follow suit with the one that you have, Tomo, and Roger heads back for more.
All right. Well, I follow Roger and said, "Oh, I thought we only had 4 barrels. Would this make the last one, or would there's one more or more?"
We need one more.
All right. We'll get it there twice as fast, maybe 5 times even. We have 2 times the strength, so Think 5 times as fast.
Do yourself a favor, keep your mouth shut.
I mean, I can go ask Addie if you want to help with that.
I feel like that makes him mad. So we just got Naya to calm him down. Naya brought him from here to here. We don't want to make him go here.
But I laughed. If I heard it, I laughed.
So he finishes getting that final barrel over to the gentleman on the cart, who again give a cheer and begin organizing some mugs, and like they're getting ready to put a tap in one of these barrels and get cracking. Then Roger comes stalking back up to you guys, and he says in a low voice, "I'm going to go over there and sit with my family. You are going to do whatever you need to do, but you are going to stay away from my family."
Yes.
I give him like
And
finger
if you
guns,
need
but I make him
anything-
colonial, so it's like. That was better. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Roger. We think we're funny. Enjoy your time with your family.
No, can we do that as finger guns? I'm sorry, my voice. From now on, like no more finger guns. We're gonna stuff the musket and then we're gonna
pop it back.
If you all don't stop acting so delirious, you're going to blow your entire plan here.
You're right.
Now,
You're right.
if you need me, you will very quietly bring me a mug of ale, and I will excuse myself and meet you elsewhere. Got it?
All right. That's
I
fair
like it.
enough, Mr. Roger. I'll just act like I had a few drunks. A few drunks. I've already had a few drunks, it seems.
He's already walking away from you. He's walking away.
Cute. Finish your sentence, Tomo. It's important.
I thought it was funny, Tomo.
So, guys, just to recap, I think I've been really trying to follow this Roger conversation. Did he say he's gonna pick somebody out for us tonight, or did he say just
Yes.
pick anybody yourselves? Okay.
And he walked away. And so,
No.
who do we choose now?
He told you to do whatever you have to do, and if you have a
Yeah.
question, you can signal him with a mug of ale.
Oh,
But he's
Yeah.
not. He's helping you as little as possible.
all right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But wasn't
Yeah.
the
So
objective for
by
him
his
to find
standards,
someone?
everything that he's doing after he agreed to help you is a mortal sin. He's damning his own soul just so that you guys don't murder his kids.
Well, I mean, don't have
So
kids
he's
if
going to
don't
help
want them
you as
held against
little
you.
as possible just because he knows he's going to die anyway.
He's going to be the last person left in this town. A fate worse than death.
There's
Out,
only
yeah,
100
out of
people.
spite. Yeah, we probably should have asked what the population size of this town is. What if it's
Is
only
there a
50?
Is there a
Well,
sign?
in the introduction, it was 600 is what.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget again.
I was like, I'm really bad at my note keeping. Apparently, I've written like 2 things.
Okay, so Addie, you're probably gonna have to be the one to serve him the beer because I cut my arm because it seemed like a really good idea at the time, and like now I see that it wasn't. But we all make our mistakes, so you're gonna have to serve him ale if we have questions.
Is this the
because
time of
Tomo
serving
can't.
lunches?
I think so. He calls us wenches enough times that I think that's what
Okay.
our job is.
Does that sound right?
To be fair, I don't think wenches is the word that came out of his mouth.
That's a good point. I don't want the other job though.
That's fair. I mean, he introduced himself by saying that you can't say no.
That's
mean-
true. That's true. Okay, so sorry, that's just like sinking even more. That's so funny. So we should find somebody to kill because I think we're getting close.
Super close. All right, I'll go grab a mug of. Is it the party started? Right, we're good to go.
Yeah.
You can see people milling about. More people come in, and soon this courtyard becomes incredibly full. There's tables and chairs and benches everywhere. People are getting very drunk very
Cool.
quickly. Mostly the men, while the women just kind of sit around and chat with each other. Kids run by with sticks that they're swinging at each other. Kids are tossing balls back and forth. Little girls are playing with little dolls. Some women hold tiny babies. And all around, it's a very joyous night. And
guys,
go ahead.
I was just saying, hindsight, we probably could have just waited to tonight and it would have been way easier. But we are where we are. So, our bad.
We were eager to please our imperator. I think that there's nothing that can be counted against us.
Mm-hmm.
We're overachievers.
I'll go grab that mug of ale to go take to our friend, the Jolly Roger.
We're going to go stand over here away from the crowd so he can meet with us inconspicuously. Let him know where the location is.
Right.
Okay.
So you split up to go do that. And a very loud voice echoes across the courtyard. And Addie, you look up, and where you were going, that wagon with the barrels of ale and everybody serving up drinks, there's now a very tall, gaunt gentleman with long black hair and a pointy but short beard.
Bad guy.
And he's yelling to the entire crowd, and he's saying, "My friends and my family, we've made it here. And not only have we made it here, but we have built for ourselves in these last 3 weeks a life. And soon more will join us. I wish you the best as we, friends and family, live in this town and claim this country as ours. I bless you. I bless this ale. I bless this food. And I bless this town. Our town of Roanoke." And there's a loud cheer from the crowd. And he hops down and he bashes his mug into the mugs of some men around him. And they all drink.
I gather oh no, I'm far away from an Iantimo. Never mind.
Yeah.
But
I look at Addie and I go, typical men.
I'm like, guys, are we the cause of Roanoke? Is that us?
There's nothing.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
The one survivor hears one of us say that, and that is how that family sitcom comes to be. Anyways, what were you going to say, Addie, before I interrupt you?
No, that was it. Are we the cause of Roanoke? Okay, but I'll hurry and grab that mug of ale and rush over to our super best friend.
You rush over to Roger, and as you approach with your mug of ale, his wife sees you approaching, and she stands to greet you.
Hello.
And, hello. I haven't seen you around these parts. It's good to see a woman drinking. Sometimes I feel like it's just the men who are allowed. And she just kind of chuckles at it. And you see Roger give you a side-eyed glare.
I just smile at Roger. And I turn back to his wife. And it's like, oh, it's not for me. I was asked to make sure all of the men's hands stay full. And I pass it along to him. Do you drink? I would love to go get you one if you do.
Oh, no, but thank you for the offer. I'm with child.
Oh, that's so exciting.
A 2 for 1.
That's what I was going to say.
What?
If I could do math. I said a 2 for 1. You're my best friend, so you can't
I'm
leave me.
so proud of you, but I'm also so I shouldn't.
Toma was right there with me.
She rubs her stomach and she thanks you, at which point Roger stands and he goes, Margaret, and he gives you another glare. He's like, your husband needed help, right, with
yes, right
where
over
is
there.
he?
And I point at Tomo.
Let's go talk to him. And he turns to his wife and he's like, stay here with the girls, sweetheart. Stay here.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Margaret.
Stop talking to my wife.
She seems so nice, though.
And you are not.
I can't hear you. I also can't smell, but right now it's the hearing.
He mutters something under his breath, and he just keeps stalking his way toward Tomo. And as he approaches and you're all grouped together again, he looks around before addressing you, and he says, "Alrighty."
Well, we just need to know, like, who our target is.
Pick one.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have any connections to anybody here. Nobody will make you sad if they go away.
Do you want a child?
Well,
An extra child?
we were gonna just pick a random one, and we picked you, and you have a family, and we felt bad, and so like we don't want to do that again.
I will tell you right now that every man here has a family. It
Okay,
doesn't
what about
matter
a
which
woman?
man you take, you are destroying a husband and a father, and in some cases, a grandfather.
Well, grandfather, I'm a little less like.
Yeah, like he was
Who's
gonna
the
die
oldest
like,
person in the town?
Be the priest.
Who? You just
Oh.
made this up, and I'm proud of
False
it.
religion. All right, perfect.
Priest.
Say the priest.
Yes.
Well, see, and then we can prove to you we're not demons because like we can kill a priest.
That sounds like exactly who we would kill.
Anaya's not known for being smart. She's just known from being from hell and like.
It's another thing. Do you guys have
It's
a
another
prison
thing.
here? I guess we could ask that. Do you guys have a prison in Roanoke?
Yes.
Cool. I'm assuming they're not at the party.
It's empty at the moment.
Oh, you guys don't have any, like, why
They
the
let
heck
them
did
out
Towen
for the
send us here?
party.
Can I go back to my family? Or you're
Yes.
gonna waste
Oh, yeah,
my
thanks, Roger. Have a
time?
great day. Your
So
wife is
Maxter,
beautiful.
we said hello.
Have a good one, Roger. Hope everything ends well for you.
He's gone. He is. He is.
He's not much of a party man, is he?
He really hates us, but I think we're a delight.
Well, guys, okay, I know we've got, like, very little time, so I think we just have to make a choice, and...
We killed Roger in the middle of the party.
Pick find Anaya looks around for a guy that is more lanky, not as muscly, like someone who looks a little weaker, and who's really drunk.
Ooh, or why are we focusing on guys? Is there a lady who's, like, going around and being a big old bag of
The
poop?
descriptive
The ladies
that.
are drinking, right? Wait, tell us more.
Oh no, I was
In a town of a little over 600 people, you can't just look around and just know, oh, that person's real uppity, or oh, that person's super judgmental, or oh, that person's very holier than thou. You would probably need to go speak with a lot of people before you found one who would be maybe on the kill list.
Third
just wanted to
question,
find someone who
when
was
Towen
weak.
gave us instructions, he never said human, from what I remember. Did he?
I was going to ask that, but I'm like, it seems kind of implied.
It was
Human life.
implied.
Human lives.
Okay.
It's a good
This is
clarifying
a
question.
sacrifice to provide enough energy to create the chancel. So if you guys choose a less than suitable or weaker soul for sacrifice,
Oh, no.
Well, how do you
have
measure
to
a
cry
soul?
on the strong?
What goes into
Human.
a soul?
you measure it by species. Really,
Okay.
in-
So
in
not
this world.
like they
So
were a
human.
good person, or they're an old person, or they didn't pray enough. Just human.
Human
Well,
soul.
So
obviously
children it
it's
is,
Brianna.
right?
Huh?
Never mind.
I
think-
just didn't hear it.
I think we luckily spoke at the same time, and neither of us wants to repeat what we said. But it's on stream, so
Exactly.
feel free to rewind.
You guys had the confidence to say the joke in the first place.
It's true. It's true.
You should say it again.
Well,
I don't know.
Addie was saying like, so does like old people worth less? Or so I'm like, well, if old people are worth less, that means children are worth more, right?
We will have a
this
fun
was a bad
chancel.
idea.
You
We're trying to
started the
be
campaign with a
honest.
bunch of murder.
I mean, to be fair, the entire campaign is murdering 100 people. We have to decipher somehow.
That's not true. It's not the whole campaign.
Well, the beginning, the whole beginning.
This is the story. The story we're in right now. You are killing 100 people.
Is Toan just trying to desensitize us so that murder doesn't seem so bad and we become like his super soldiers? But joke's on him because this is how it's going to go. We're not going to be very effective.
You don't know that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay.
What are people doing? Does anybody look like they're alone from what we can see in this party?
You look around. It does see that most people are not alone because, it's a party. So there's a lot of mingling. There's a lot of people just walking around, a lot of people clapping others on the back or encouraging a drink. People sitting around a table and regaling each other with stories and jokes and laughter. You see children running around, but nobody really looks alone. As you continue to walk around the party, the sun has already set, so it is now officially nighttime. And you do see one person, they're kind of sitting down in a chair with a crutch, and their leg is wrapped and splinted. And you see an older man kind of looking at the leg and checking it before he gets up, pats the man on the shoulder, and then walks off to rejoin the party. And this one person sitting in the chair with the leg is he seems to be mostly alone. He's not talking to anybody right now.
So if we kill the doctor, our job gets a little bit easier for them. Just kidding. All right. Guys, he's gonna have a sob story too. Let's not get to know this one.
Well,
I agree.
I'm sure everyone has a life, but we have to take them. So unfortunately, we have to end someone.
Yeah, and the only reason we didn't end the other guy is because it took so long to get to Nightfall, and then like his wife stepped in. So I mean,
so the moral of the story is don't be impulsive if you're gonna have time to think about it after.
Yes, exactly. Yes. If you're gonna murder them, do it now and not 6 hours from now.
Exactly.
These are the lessons. I'll write it down in my notebook.
All right.
All right. Tomo goes over to one of the groups. Well, he doesn't have a drink with him currently, so he goes to get a drink and then joins one of the groups that is probably laughing. He goes to people that are laughing and kind of walks up and ha 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 ha, as pretending to hear whatever joke was going on.
As you walk up laughing with these other two laughing men, the one to your right who has a drink in his right hand, he doesn't seem that big or that large for a man, but when he slaps you on the back, you feel it, and he just continues to laugh there with his man, with his buddy, and then he puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "Welcome to the party. We were just telling stories. You got one?"
Well, of course I have stories. I love to write stories. That's personally what I'm experienced in. Not that I have any on me at the moment, but I definitely write stories. It's something that
I'm riveted, and his buddy and him just start howling with laughter. and then after they laugh a little bit, the same guy turns to you. He's like, I didn't know we had a writer among us, but I will tell you now, most of us don't read.
Oh, really? You don't read, you say?
Can't read is more like it. Ah! And they howl with laughter again.
Tomo now has a motive. Everyone is dead.
I mean, there's only so much time in one person's life to learn how to read and how to write, and a lot of us, we were working at the mill, make money for our families. When we were young, we didn't have much time for learning to read and write, and so we didn't. Ah! And they howl.
Ah, ha ha ha. Tomo kind of like shimmies slightly away from the group. I will join you in a moment. I have to get a refill, and I have not taken a sip yet of my ale.
The party's only starting, my friend.
All right. And I just walk away from the group and regroup with Addie and I and said, apparently these people think that it's a waste of time to read. I don't know how. I don't understand. Everyone deserves to die. What is beauty anymore?
I tap Tomo's arm and I say, we will infect them all. We will get them all for you. I will stand by you. But now we must find someone to kill. That guy seems really strong, though.
I mean, it seems that most of the men here do not read. I mean, probably the scrawny men are more likely to read if I'm going to judge a book by its literal cover.
How do we alienate someone, though, if everyone's standing in groups?
What are we trying to do?
Kill somebody.
Okay, thanks.
We have not made a lot of progress there.
Tomo's
very upset.
Who's upset?
Tomo's upset. They don't read here. They don't believe in reading. And so Tomo wants to burn the town to the ground. And I told him I would stand by him and help him with that.
One at a time, my friends. One at a time.
It's just so hard to keep
them suffer.
Not that they could read it if we wrote it anywhere.
Murder, she wrote? Who wrote it? I don't know.
Murder, she wrote, but murder, he did not read.
Can we? I don't want to use any more miracle points. But I'm wondering if we could get those two guys who are super hecka drunk to like duel, like get angry enough that they duel each other.
They can kill each other. We don't have to kill them.
Right. Or even if it just because duel, usually one of them dies, right? If it goes
the
way they want it to.
Sometimes they can die.
Yeah.
Well, they can
generally
duel.
it ties and they both live, but
well, if they duel, we'll just hit the other guy, one of the guys, upside the head, knock him out, and then kill the other guy. And then the other guy thinks he killed the other guy dueling.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Or we just lure one of them and snap their necks with our human strength, because I don't think we have a lot of time.
Yeah, it's really fun in games until I can't actually kill anybody. I'm going to like slowly sink down and be like, guys, I actually like can't kill anybody. So, I mean, that like might be on you, but like I'm a resource.
You control disease, but you cannot kill? How does this work?
I torture. I torture for eternity.
That's a fate worse than death, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, then we should have poisoned the ale. If you can't kill, it makes everyone weak in the town.
That's so smart. Why didn't we do that?
I don't know.
Can I do it now?
I mean,
I'm kind of poured from it already. So, but like I could. It would be 2 miracle points, I think, to do that.
To poison the ale?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about poisoning the ale. How is this going to work long term?
Well, I can't kill them, so I can poison it so they all get very, very sick and weak. And then we can just pick one off. But long term, I guess they would just be sick indefinitely.
Okay. So it's not a fatal poison.
No, because I can't kill.
Okay.
That's my handicap.
So the other thing is...
I just imagine Annihilate, like there's like an ant on her leg and she keeps slapping it, but it keeps crawling. You can't kill it. It's just like...
It's both a blessing and a curse.
Sorry. Sorry, go ahead, Hollyhock.
So the other thing is if you poison people with this ale, you you would need a powerful enough ailment that would last 100 days.
That's true.
If that's the goal. So with those things in mind, if I pull up your miracle points,
I could infect them with like, what's a long-term sickness?
Just due to the length of time and the specifics of getting them sick and weak but not dead, I would say 4 points.
Okay.
You can laugh at me all you want, but
I wasn't laughing.
Oh, it was the private chat because I can't spell. I think it's worth the 4 points if I can get them sick for 100 days.
I don't know. I feel like we could utilize those later. Honestly, I'm getting more to the point of like,
we could just snap someone's neck real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or something. Like,
I have a knife and I already have blood everywhere. So, I mean, I could stab someone, I guess. But we'd have to get them alone and nobody knows us. No one trusts us. Oh, let's go find a guy who's in a drunken stupor and offer to help him home. No, but then the last people he'd be seen with are us.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the last person, whoever we talk to, will be us. That's how time works.
Do either of you sing? That's how time works.
A
I can't calculate
small
time.
band in the background has begun playing music, and people are now kind of dancing along to an uppity jig.
Okay. So now we just have to go get the guy with the like hurt leg. He like the doctor probably left, right? We can just knock him out.
Yeah, so the guy that had a hurt leg isn't dancing, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So he'd be alone.
guys, real fast. I'm sorry. My phone died, and that's what I was using for the chat. But I can't talk to Griff right now.
Oh, what would
But
you
he's
like?
making all the Princess Bride quotes, and I just am like super happy. But I can't comment because my phone died, so I just have to put it out there. Okay.
We
All right.
love Princess Bride.
Yes.
Princess Bride is
Okay.
dope.
It's my favorite movie as well. So
Yay! How did we not know that?
How did we not know
You guys
that?
are all meant to be.
I think we mentioned this at some point in D&D.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Even better book. Not to be that person, but okay.
No, I've never actually read them.
It's good. It's super sarcastic.
Wait, do they have the closing of the book in the book? Like, no, you don't want to read this part.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie.
If I punch somebody really hard in the chest, will they die?
Maybe if you bond.
Is that how strong I am?
If you used aspect, maybe.
Your
That
aspect
means-
level is 1,
Metahuman.
so they won't die. You would probably need to use some miracle points for that.
I was like, if we got somebody to dance, just have an accident on the dance floor, or
Yeah.
do it really fast and nobody sees it, or we trip somebody while they're doing the jig and they fall on their head. I don't know.
I'm just reading over my 0 miracle point. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm not a murderer in real life, so I don't actually know how to pick like one.
I mean, I'm very sure most of the time murderers go find like alleyways with no one around if they're going to randomly murder people.
That's a really good point. I say go punch him, Addie, since no one's watching.
Addie, just
And
go
knock
punch
him out.
somebody. Get it over with.
Or Anaya, you can lure somebody into the forest, and then we can like
Lady of
that
the
way.
Forest.
I can. Are you asking me to seduce a man? I will do
Yes, I am. And then we'll just surprise him.
it. Okay, so I look around and I'm like, okay, what guy does not look like he is with a lady? My hollyhock god left.
Sorry,
don't
I
know what
think
to do.
our child was just yelling, and I was about to go do it, but then he beat me to it. But
This
we can
is
play this
hard.
without him. That one right there.
That one.
Self.
We find a person all alone, and we get him all alone, and we kill him all alone.
It
We
was
win.
successful.
No witnesses. I like
We
it.
do a high five. Oh.
A freeze frame right at the end. At the end of the episode.
Let's do it. Ready? Freeze frame.
Oh, I thought we were high fiving. I just
Hollyhock God says no.
Oh.
Darn. Do we see any ugly men? Or do they see any ugly men? I'm not seducing
yeah.
an ugly man.
A
Oh,
man
Tomo
that
wants to
seems
seduce
like
a man?
he's not a 10 out of 10.
I think homosexuality in this time is probably shunned upon.
Sure.
It actually hasn't even been invented yet.
Oh, really? Screw them Romans. You don't
No,
exist.
it's a stupid joke. Yeah. You're not gonna find it.
Well, I've like 10 minutes in real life, so we should probably
Yeah. Okay, so guys, real fast, little team huddle. Our options right now are kill somebody out on the dance floor, hope for the best. Separate somebody from the pack, take them to the forest, do it there, or do something to Mr. Crutches. We know nothing about him, but it was mentioned by our Hollyhock god that there is a guy with crutches, and I feel like that was mentioned for a reason. So
You were asking me if anybody was alone, so I made a person that was alone. What?
That's perfect. It's perfect.
It's not
then
like I just brought it up.
Out of nowhere. I think there should be a man with crutches around here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, Addie, you're gonna walk up to him, or I'll walk up to him, and I will attempt to seduce him, and then you come up behind him and you hit him in the back, which will wind him, and then Tomo is gonna be the lookout to make sure nobody sees us, and then I'm gonna drag him to the woods, and then I will take out the knife and I will cut his throat.
This sounds like a great plan that'll have no flaws in it at all.
None whatsoever. Addie,
I begin to look around.
Anaya,
Very
I love it, but I'm almost
dramatically.
I'm almost wondering if people won't believe it's an accident if he has a perfectly cut slit throat. And so if we like splay him on the ground, like something in his neck is all twisted, like he maybe fell.
By the way, we are saying this out loud in front of everybody.
That is very true. We say it in whispers away from the dance floor. Okay, let's knock him out, and then
You
we'll
hear a
all meet in the
voice
woods.
behind you, Anaya, and it says, "Are you all talking about me?" And
I
you
turn
turn,
around.
and there's a dude.
They
with
do take
gun. Right
take
there.
offense to you, good sir.
Oh,
Both of you.
the word
Both
crush
of them.
a lot.
No, crush.
Is it?
What's
Crush
happening?
on your crutches.
Is the crutch guy talking to me?
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Anyway, I
okay.
I couldn't help but notice that I don't think I've seen you all in town, and I feel like I know most people, and I thought I'd hobble over and introduce myself. I'm Timothy.
Oh, Timothy. Hello.
Hi, Timothy.
My name is Maggie, and these are my friends.
Danny.
Yes. And
Shuji.
and Susie. Because we don't want to use our real name, right? Okay. So I continue to twirl my hair, flirting with him, and I'm like, so tell me like a little bit about you. Like, where's your wife or like girlfriend, maybe?
No, I'm not married. I actually came here with my uncle, who has just set
Oh.
sail earlier today to bring us back supplies. And I am not with him because, as you can see, I've broke my leg, and I needed to stay here to be near a doctor. So,
So, another question for you. You might not be married, but like, are you interested?
I'm
Is Zero on here? Zero, is this what it's like to
I hope Zero's not on here.
I'm guessing that this handsome gentleman next to you is not your husband.
What? No. Don't be ridiculous. We're brother and sister.
Well, I suppose that's good news for me. I actually was going to ask you if maybe you wanted to dance. I know that I'm a little hindered at the moment, but I'd still like the opportunity to get to know you a little.
Well,
If that's all right with your friends.
Yeah, they're whatever. But I was thinking we could go.
She's always like this. Come on, sis, you gotta calm down.
Thank you, brother, for watching out for me. But my new friend Timothy and I are gonna go someplace alone to get to know each other. If you're okay.
Why
with
is she
that.
always like this?
Oh, yeah, the doctor actually recommends that I exercise the leg a little bit. So I'm open to a walk around town if you are.
Yes. Let's go for a walk this way. And I start to
You always
walk
with
him.
the family. And I walk, I kind of put my shoulder on Addie and kind of like lead her in the opposite direction, not realizing Anaya's not able to actually kill by herself.
Oh no, that's right.
Get it, girl?
We need to stop bringing that up because I want to see what happens when we honestly just forget.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so I walk him towards town, but then steer him towards the woods.
Oh yeah, so there's pathways all along, like through the town, around the town. Many of these pathways come right up to the woods, so it's easily doable that you can kind of lead him toward the woods because there's pathways doing just that.
Perfect.
I grab a mug very, very full of ale, and I try to I sneakily follow them so they don't see me, but I have this giant mug of ale and I'm following them a little bit so they don't see me.
Yeah. Cool.
Because then I can't
All right, I just go commingle. After I led Addie back towards the party, I didn't actually like keep track of her, so she just wandered off, and I just go commingle with some other party guests to try to get to know some of them.
Okay, so now we're in the woods, and
you're along the pathway around the woods.
Okay, so we're still within eyesight of like people.
Not really.
Okay, so I say, "Oh, Timothy, is like your leg bothering you? This is a lot of walking." Oh, hold on, I'm twirling my hair. Flirty.
Oh, well. What's
pulls out her needlepoint.
Can't really ride a horse, so. No.
Well,
I'm fine with walking.
How did you like break your leg? And as I'm like talking to him and we're walking, I just have my arm like kind of behind him, like on his lower back, and I motion for Addie to come over so she can knock him out.
A horse kicked me while I was reshoeing it, and it might not be the most gallant of stories, but I'm also the only man in town willing to reshoe a horse. So.
I think it's so brave to reshoe a horse. I'm swooning just a little, and I'm like motioning for Addie to come over.
I grab a rock. Do I have enough strength to like really bash in a man's back of his head?
Well, let's look at your.
Well, humans can, so I assume metahumans can.
I assume so too.
Yeah.
Cool. I grab a rock that looks like it could be kind of sharp-ish, and it's kind of a good size. And and then I pow him in the back of the head, like really hard.
I know this
so
feels
that
so
it would
dense, but we do.
kill him.
So, all right. So the goal is to embed this rock, this stone, into his skull.
My goal, if we're talking about this, is to make it so that I can lay him
about
down like he got really drunk and fell and bashed his head on a rock.
Oh.
We're staging a murder.
Yes.
Or an accident, I guess, not a murder.
Cool.
Staging an accident.
With the strength of a metahuman, you
me.
bash this dude's skull in with the rock,
Pow.
and like a sack of potatoes, this dude drops.
Cool. Anaya, while I'm staging his body, can you go grab that mug of ale I set down, and we're gonna just make his whole body smell like he's super drunk.
I grab the mug of ale and I just slowly pour it on his on his chest, as if as he was falling, it went onto his chest, and then a little bit down the shoulders, and then down his midsection, so that it looks like he was vertical when it spilt. And then I set the mug in his right hand away from him, so it.
But he was a left-handed horseshoer. Now everyone will know.
This is true. What do I do?
That would work, as he's currently carrying his cane or his crutch in under his left arm.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, good job.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
And then we leave. I do. And I gotta get out of here.
Looking
And,
upon.
and then we put a rocky terrain near him, so it's feasible that he would have tripped.
Yeah, you look upon your works, and you're reasonably sure that would be a convincing accidental death.
We have to do
Murder.
this 99 more times.
And you hear, you feel the presence of Toan, and he says, 1 down, 99 to go.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
we will call it right there.
All right, we take one down and we pass it around.
99
more.
99 crushed skulls in this town.
Oh, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that was fun.
Okay, it was
loved
a very
You guys
interesting.
need supervision. Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, it's
that.
murder.
There was so much happening. I loved that. I love what you guys did with that. And Majeski, I like your character. That's
Thank
phenomenal.
you.
Yeah, I like your mannerisms. It's great.
Yes, they're good.
Thank you. Oh, you guys are so nice.
Super
I tried really
Marry
hard.
those
on this one.
mannerisms for the character, and you're gold. I think it's great.
Yay. Thank you for that feedback.
But we are going to call it there. So I'm going to say goodbye to the stream. Zero, you jumped in right at the perfect time. That was phenomenal. And Griff, thanks for being here. You were here like the entire time, dude. We just took up 2 hours of your life. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to catch you next time. Hopefully I can catch you in one of your streams. Anyway, goodbye, everybody, and have a good night. Remember, there's nobility in all of us. Murdering 100 people.